All right, I'm going to be showing the chemical reaction called Pharaoh's Serpent. We need a couple of things here. So this is just a glass tray with some aluminum foil and sand. We have just a cup for mixing. We have some regular sugar. You can use powdered sugar as well. We have some baking soda right here. We got some isopropyl alcohol. Really, you can use any alcohol that's flammable. A fire starter. This is just a piece of wood, and then a lighter, and then just some spoons for measuring. These are 5 milliliter spoons, but really it's just a process between mixing those. So I'm going to try to go through each step the best that I can and show you everything. This reaction is a combustion reaction with sugar, as well as a decomposition reaction between the sugar and the sodium bicarbonate. So first you'll need 4 spoonfuls of sugar. So whether this is tablespoon or milliliters or 5 milliliters. 2, 3, 4. And then you will have 1 scoop of your baking soda. So it is a 4-to-1 ratio. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm going to mix these two together with the same spoon since I'm not going to be doing it again. Kind of break up some of those sugar crystals or sodium bicarbonate, baking soda crystals, if you have any. All right, I think that's pretty good. Okay, next we're gonna go to our container of sand, and I'm gonna try this in just a few different spots just to make sure. So I'm gonna dig out a little, area here. Here, let me try to level it out a little bit better. I'm gonna try 3 little spots, little divots. Same type of principle if you were to make a fire, in the woods. Try to have some sand or something that's not combustible as like a safe area. Not too sure how deep to make these, but we're gonna go with that. Okay, so next we're gonna take our isopropyl alcohol, and from what I saw somebody else do, we're gonna just kind of pour it in into the sand till it's kind of wet. Kind of let it soak up a little bit, just on the outsides as well, just so that the fire can get everywhere. Obviously, the more you have, the more fire. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add it to our mixture here. So it will not react because this is alcohol and not water. I added definitely too much. We just kind of want to get more of a thick paste versus this is kind of soupy. So I guess it's going to be a lot more fire than I had expected. All right, this is a little bit better. This is more what I was, where it's clumping more together. Apparently, word to the wise is to just add a very little amount before you do it. It's all right, we learn here in science. So I'm going to take 1 good scoop of that, and I'm going to put it into my hole. So this is just a nice little blob of it. Other people that I've seen do it, it's more, since it's thicker, it's kind of a little bit taller, like a snowman. Okay. Let's move some of our chemicals away, especially the flammable ones, so we take everything off of the table. Especially all the flammable liquids. If you had spilt anything on the table, this is where you would clean that up. I grab my goggles, just, extra safety, because I've never done this before. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to light my splint, and then I'm going to light that, and hopefully nothing burns down. So that's the goal here, so I'll have to light the splint first. Alright, well hopefully this goes well. Alright, so it's way too hot. Only saw a little bit of it. There we go. You can kind of see some of the fire from the alcohol. A little difficult to see with the one. Let me try to turn off the lights here. Oh, way better. Well, maybe we'll just get one of them. That's okay. I heard powdered sugar is better just because it reacts faster. So we're combusting the sugar and then we're decomposing the sodium bicarbonate and the sugar. It's starting to go a little bit. So in the future, I'd probably only do one of these. It's a little scary doing 3. Oh, we're starting to get a little bit there. We don't want to get too close. I probably added a little too much, up towards the container. The reason for the black is that you're getting the sugar to turn into carbon, and then the snake effect, if we ever get one, is because you're filling that with little air pockets there, and that's why it kind of has that growing snake effect. Kind of like the same with elephant toothpaste, it kind of fills up those bubbles. Got a little bit bigger. Whoa. Kind of getting taller, so that's kind of cool. There we go, a little bit better. I'd say it's probably this slow only just because of the granulated sugar and because it was really saturated with alcohol. My only other concern with this is that I'm seeing that some of it is kind of going into this area over here where I poured a lot of alcohol, and same back here, so I'm going to try to scoop some sand and cover that up, so hopefully it doesn't ignite, because then it's going to take longer for it to kind of go away. And this is also why in camping you do this, because it covers it up well without having to worry about it. So we're containing that area, if you didn't know. It got a little bit bigger. Let's see from this angle. That would be the carbon that's left over. Kind of like the same carbon that comes off of wood and whatnot after you burn it. I feel like the surface area was too large, and that's why it's a lot bigger for the diameter. If it was a taller pillar, it'd probably move a little bit better, just like elephant toothpaste does with the smaller diameter top hole. I'd also try to get a different wood splint. I would get like one of those really long toothpicks for grilling. The little piece of wood that we use for bridges is too flammable with the air pocket, so it goes away really quick. So I don't have as much time to work. Maybe a chopstick might work, might take a little bit longer. There you have it. I don't know how long this is gonna go for. What I should have done as well was to try to get a accurate measure of the mass. Would have been really nice. A little more difficult once you add the alcohol, but by the initial mass of the powder, then I could have maybe gotten that. Let's see if I can break off a little piece of it. Or the whole chunk, apparently. So this is what's still reacting. There's still some sugar within there that is reacting, so that'll grow as time goes on. But to take a look at this piece right here, so it's a little warm to the touch, not too bad. Super light, super airy, kind of like a puff popcorn. I think you can hear this. Almost kind of like snow in a way when you're wearing gloves, but it just breaks apart. It's just the ash there. That's just all the carbon. And you can see there's kind of a little bit more here as this went on for this clump. It can kind of spread apart. Let it kind of die out. You always want to be careful. You never know what residual heat might be there to activate it again, even though the fire is gone. Just want to be careful, give it some time. You can always throw water on it if you'd like. I don't really see the need for it. right now, since all this seems to be pretty good, I'll take this little clump that has some alcohol in it and throw it away. There you have it. Hopefully that helps.